Hey guys, I have a question. Do you remember where you were when Princess Diana married Prince Charles? Do you remember where you were when Princess Diana was in a car accident? Do you remember where you were when O.J. Simpson was driving? Well, actually, he was riding in his Bronco while his buddy was driving it down the highway at a very slow rate of speed. Do you remember where you were when O.J. was found not guilty? Do you remember when Adam Walsh was abducted at the Sears store? Do you remember how we used to put pictures of missing children on milk cartons? Did you know that according to the National Center for Missing and Abducted Children, that every year there are 800,000 children missing or abducted? Did you know that out of those 800,000 children that are missing or abducted each year, that just 1 to 200 of those are abducted by strangers? Do you remember seeing the nighttime news that showed the mom out of Texas who was having a party at the cemetery after 2 of her children were murdered? Do you remember when Susan Smith let her car roll into the lake with her children Alex and Michael strapped in their car seats? Do you remember hearing the news about the missing mom and daughters out in Colorado? Do you remember hearing the news about the little 2-year-old who was murdered by her foster mother down in Georgia? Did you know that when O.J. Simpson was arrested, that a lot of people were bashing his wife, or at that time she was his ex-wife, really bad. They posted really nasty photos of her and they accused her of some really bad behavior. Did you know that? Did you know that when Adam Walsh went missing from the Sears store, that a lot of people said some really nasty things about the fact that he was left to play with the games in the store with some other kids? Well, one of his parents went shopping. You know what, though? That's how it used to be. Parents used to drop their kids off in the toy department and go shopping. That's how it used to be. But I think when Adam was taken from the Sears store, except he actually wasn't taken from the store, he was playing a bunch of games with some other kids there, and the other kids were getting kind of rowdy, so the Sears employees told the kids they had to leave the store. So he was standing outside the store because he was told to leave, and a creepy man told him to come to his car. I think he said he had candy or a puppy or something. And then when he walked close to the car, the guy grabbed him. And when that happened, people changed. They changed. They didn't drop their kids off at the toy department anymore. That case helped raise awareness for parents everywhere. And when OJ went on trial, that case helped raise awareness about the issue of domestic violence. When the case hit the news, showing the mom spraying silly string on her children's grave, of course, people all across the country were saying she's guilty before she was even arrested. And that kind of opened our eyes, I think, because before that, I think people were like, there's no way she could have done it, right? Except when you saw her chomping her gum and having her fun at the cemetery, it was like, she is guilty. And we just couldn't believe that case. How could a mother do such a thing? But of course, before that case, there was the Diane Downs case. That was a lot of years earlier than the Darla Routier case. But do you remember the Diane Downs case? She took her kids for a ride, 9:30, 10 o'clock, 10:30 at night, on a school night. Hop in the car, kids, let's go for a ride. I think she said she stopped at a friend's house first, probably like 9:30, whatever. And then when she's driving home, she took the back roads, really? And then she pulled over, went to the trunk, got her gun, and shot her children. 2 of them survived, 1 didn't. That case was a shocker, let me tell you. And I remember at the time everyone was saying how she looked like Princess Diana. And all of us die-hard Princess Di fans were like, no, she doesn't. Stop saying that. Think about the case of Christopher Watts. The case of Christopher Watts could very well be the landmark case for the battered husband syndrome. But our society at this point is acting a lot like our society was acting back when Nicole Brown Simpson was murdered. Because back then, society didn't know anything about domestic violence. Society did not know about the battered woman at all. Just like now, society doesn't have a clue about the battered male. Five years, 10 years, 20 years? How many years will it take before people will take an honest look at that case and learn from it so that other couples can be helped, so that other men can be helped, so they can safely leave the marriage without harm coming to them or to their children?